So give me your love. So give me your love. I need you when I see you. You surprise me. Your face is beautiful to see you. Every night that I take your heart. So give me your love. So give me your love. Give me your love. So give me your love. So give me your love. So give me your love. Every morning in the school, I see you and I can't imagine my life without you. So give me your love. Give me your love. Give me your love.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another stream, and hope you guys are doing good. Today we're going to be checking out the Ejets today. So this update came out about a week ago or a couple weeks ago. I can't remember exactly, but this came out a few weeks ago, and it's an experimental update. So it's kind of disappointing, honestly, that we're still in an experimental phase of this jet, even though this plane has been out for a long period of time. I feel like it's been out since like 2020 something. maybe like 2022, like early 2020s. And we're still in the experimental build of this jet. This jet has been very problematic, I would say, with how long the development process has been and how they went about the development process, and the fact that it's still early access is definitely interesting to say the least. But we're gonna check it out. They finally released a beta experimental version, like I said. So if you want this version of the plane, you have to download the experimental version of it. And the experimental version that will give us VNAV, and as well as the custom FMC that they've been working on for years now. So personally have never tried it before. I watched a couple of streams of people doing it. I've seen a lot of WASM crashes, but I believe that's due to chase plane, and not exactly this jet, but who knows. But yeah, so we're gonna be checking it out. We're gonna be doing 2 flights. We're gonna go down up to Jackson Hole, Wyoming, and then we're gonna be coming back here to Denver. So that's the plan for today's stream. Right now we have no ATC. We'll get the sim sounds up here. Let's go ahead and get the sim sounds up. And like I said, we don't have any ATC right now, unfortunately, but we do have ATC once we get into Jackson Hole. Salt Lake Center is online. So without further ado, let's go ahead and hop into the jet, and we'll go ahead and get started with some pre-flight procedures. Let me go ahead and we'll get some beats here. Give me one second here. All right, let's go ahead and we'll get it going here. And let's go ahead and get started. So let's go ahead and get the battery on. Or turn up the sim sounds just a little bit more. There we go. It's been a while since I've streamed, so all my settings are a little bit off. Give me 1 second, guys. Hold on. Trying to figure out the music. Oh, there we go. All right, there we go. And GPU is not connected. Let's go ahead and connect that. GPU. There we go. And we should be able to get that on. There we go. All right, let's go ahead and we'll work up. We get the emergency lights armed here. Everything else is looking good. Let's go ahead and get the logo light on, get the nav light on as well. We get the no smoking signs on. We can keep the seatbelt signs off for now. And let's go ahead and come into the FMC. We'll go to flight details. Let's go to import our flight plan from SimBrief. Yo, what's up, Amir? How you doing, man? Welcome aboard. All right, we'll go ahead and import this. We'll hit the check mark, do the check mark again. And we got everything here as well as all of our information. Let's go ahead and do real-time boarding and setup here. So our fuel is 7,000 feet. Let me go ahead and cross-check that what we got in SimBrief, which is correct. So that is looking good. And let's see here. Let's go ahead and open up charts on my other monitor here, and let's go ahead and take a look at the real life Addons. Right now they're departing runway 25 and 34 left. So if we look over here, closest runway will probably be 34 left, I guess. Yeah, we'll do 34 left just because we're taking up to the north anyway. All right, we'll go ahead and go 34 left. We'll go condition is dry. We'll do flaps 2. We'll go ahead and import all of that information, the weather information. We'll calculate everything there. Kind of do things out of order, but you know, who cares? All right. Don't know what CTEF is. Let me go ahead and find that out. So let's see. .ctef. Okay, then it's 124.3. So we'll do 124.3, and we'll input that in here, and that's put into our COM1. Right now we have an auto ATC message. It's going to be 1445 for our flight for the squawk. So 1445 on the squawk. We'll put that in here. That's looking all good. We'll go put that in TARA. And then we go ahead and go to menu, flight config. No, setup. Is it flight plan? Previous. How do I route? That's what I wanted. Route. Okay. Route Denver to Ejets. We'll put that in here. Perfect. And then let's go ahead and put in our flight ID. So we are SkyWest. So SkyWest 5730. So 5730. We'll go ahead and put that here. See if it works. Doesn't seem like it wants to. Let's go ahead and activate. Flight plan request maybe. I don't know if it'll let me. But that's fine. We can go ahead and just manually input it. It's not that large of a route. We'll do 34 left here for the departure. We are going off of the Darth 1 departure. And we go ahead and go back here. Glenn, thank you so much for subscribing, man. Welcome aboard. Appreciate you very, very much. We are on our way to 1.5k subscribers, by the way, guys. So if you haven't already hit that subscribe button, once we hit the 1.5k subscribers, we're going to be doing a long haul flight to celebrate. So I appreciate every single one of you guys for being here today. So what was I doing? Let's go down here. Let's go to the Darth 1 departure review. How do I do this? Departure, apply. Okay, there we go. And then from Darth, it's going to be Charlie Kilo Whiskey. So we'll go Charlie Kilo Whiskey. We'll input that in here. And then it's going to be Delta November Whiskey. So DNW. We'll put that in here. And then it's going to be Jackson Hole runway 9 on that. So we'll go ahead and execute that. We'll go arrival. We'll kind of figure out what route we want to do for the arrival.
Denver traffic unit 1493, it's 15 to the south to the inbound straight in.
So we're going to be north, so we're going to be landing, we're going to be 19. Let's see what kind of approaches they have for us here. So if we look at the RNAV RMP Yankee, we can take that right in. So let's go ahead and choose that. We'll go to approach. Oh, wait, actually, hold on. Arrival, we'll have to select the runway first, runway 19. And we'll do the RNAV Yankee. RNP runway 19 from DNW, and we'll go ahead and go to arrival and hit apply. And as you can see there from DNW, we got the DNW RNAV Yankee runway 19. Perfect. That is looking all good there. So let's see, everything is going good for the fuel and everything like that. Let's see what that send request does. Do anything? Probably not. Let's go ahead and go to the next page then. Flight level 260 is the cruise that it has for us, but we're actually going to be going to flight level 300, so we'll go ahead and put that in here. Go flight level 300. That is looking good. I won't worry about the cruise winds or anything like that, honestly. Econ speeds. I hear if you adjust these speeds, it doesn't even follow it anyway, so I'm not even going to bother with that stuff. Next, let's see. Can we go to... Where is... the perfect net? Okay, so there's no... Is there a way to set my V speeds, or is that just automatic? See, it's been a while since I've done this. Is it here? Take off.
Traffic unit 1493, 10 mile final, runway 35 west.
Flaps 2, so I already put it in there. I'm guessing from when I did this. Okay. Yo, what's up, Willy Nilly? How you doing, man? Welcome aboard. Welcome aboard. All right, so that is looking good. Everything else is looking good on here. Let me go ahead and zoom this in a little bit. So the top altitude, we don't have ATC online, so we're just going to put top altitude of 30,000 feet. We'll just go right to our cruise altitude. We won't worry about any restrictions on that. So we'll go up to flight level 300. that is looking all good there. Everything else is pretty much good. The Embraer is very easy to set up. I mean, there's not much that you do, honestly. All right. I'm already loading up with the GSX, so I'm gonna already prepare for, or excuse me, I'm already loading with the EFB, but I'm just gonna prepare for pushback and departure. Wait for the timer to count down, and then we'll go ahead and get pushed out of here. But, bro, what just happened?
Terrain, pull.
Bro, I gotta figure out what that key. I did this yesterday. Bro, what's that key binding? I actually hit Alt and space or something. Back to fly. Yep, there it is. Let's go ahead and delete that. Don't need that. I don't know why that's even a binding. Oh, Lord. Okay, guys, hold on. Let me restart. We didn't do much anyway. Let me restart. Oh my god, dude. I didn't even know that that was a thing. Alt space, because I actually hit, because Alt is to get my custom wing views, and sometimes my thumb hits the space bar. And so it decides to just launch you in the air for no reason. I don't even know why that's a thing. Sorry about that, guys. Let me go ahead and restart this. Flight details, we'll import send brief. We'll go ahead and import that. That's looking good. We'll go to departure here. We'll wait for that. Let's go ahead and get the batteries on again. Yeah, dude. I don't know why that's an option on the sim. That's kind of crazy to me. All right, let's go ahead and we'll put on we'll operate the jetway. Actually, we're gonna just request boarding. We'll go to United, since we're a United Airlines livery. We'll go to departure. We'll go ahead and select real time, and we'll get all of that set up properly. All right, and then we're gonna quickly kind of go over this here. All right, let's go ahead and get this to arm so it would stop yelling at me. Nav lights, logo lights, no smoking. We'll keep that off. All right, everything else is looking good. Sorry about that, guys. I don't know why that's a thing. All right, 1445. Oops, 1445. Put that into the squawk. We'll go TARA.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
And 124.3 is the frequency. 124.3 is the frequency. Put that in here. Perfect. All right, let's go to flight plan, route, and we'll go to KJAX. And we'll import flight plan request, see what that does. Doesn't do anything. Okay, let's go Sky West 5730. All right, perfect. Let's go to departure, runway 34 left, Darth 1, departure, apply.
Denver traffic unit 1493, clear 35 left exit the gate, last call number.
Let's go CKW into here. And then we'll go to activate. We'll go to arrival, runway 19, RP Yankee, off of DNW, arrive, apply. And we'll go DNW here to fill in the space. There we go. Activate that. That's looking good. Perfect. That's looking good. Flying flight level 300 over on this side here. That's looking good. All right, that's looking good. Let's go to perf. Let's go to takeoff. And we'll see what it gives us here. So we'll go again, runway 34 left. Dry. Bring in the weather. Calculate. And then we'll go to the manifest page. And we'll kind of load this in here. So V1, 122, 128, 143. Okay, so we'll go, oops. 1, 128. Nope, 122. 122. 128. It's kind of crazy. It goes 128 to 143. VFS is 182. And it's going to be flaps 2 for departure. That's already good there. Perfect. All right, that is set up. So everything is back to normal. Now we just wait for everything to kind of load in here. Let's see. Let's go to vertical. Let's go to this approach. Go to the terrain. Oh my god, that looks terrible. Never mind, turn that off. Alright, we'll get that to RTO. There we go, guys. Anyway, as I was trying to do, I was trying to get into my wing view here. Alright, let me reset my Volanta. See if it works. There we go. Now it's set up. Perfect. There we go. Back to normal, guys. Like nothing happened. Yo, what's up, Hitman? Welcome, welcome. Is it worth the wait? I don't know. We haven't really tested it. We're doing an RNAV RNP approach into Jackson Hole, so I feel like that'll be the main time we could really test out the VNAV, see if it actually follows the proper path and stuff like that. So we'll definitely have to make sure that it does that once we get going here. We got 1 passenger. Nice. Nice. So I think that's when we'll be able to really test out the VNAV capabilities of the plane, is once we arrive into Jackson Hole.
Denver traffic, Southwest 1017 is west of the field, 11,000 over Haimon for the RNAV Zulu 34 right approach, Denver traffic.
1 PAX, what is this, a private plane? I guess so. No one wants to go to Jackson Hole tonight. I guess there's only one lucky passenger. Like it's a private Embraer 175 all by himself. I don't even know whose bags these are then. Seems like, is this person bringing like 16 bags, it seems like, down there. All right, let's go ahead and open up the cargo doors because they need us to do that. Let's go do wheel chocks and cones. We'll put all that in. There we go. Now they'll start the loading the bags process for the 1 passenger that we have. That's kind of crazy. I've never seen that before. I don't know why it glitched out and gave us 1 passenger, but here we are. I rolled the time back, so hopefully we'll get a nice sunset into Jackson Hole. The departure out of Jackson Hole will be interesting, though, at night with all the terrain. Hopefully, Salt Lake Center stays online for us so we can talk to some ATC too while we're heading down or up to Jackson Hole. I was hoping some Denver ATC would get online, but nobody yet. Every center around us, I feel like, is online except for Denver Center. Oops. See, that's another key binding. It always does this. It does this key binding. Like, who wants a smart... I don't even know what a smart camera means. You flew from San Diego. You flew to San Diego, now flying San Diego to Denver. Ooh, nice. Well, weather here in Denver is looking good. It should stay like this for the rest of the night. You'll have a good landing. What plane are you flying, Hitman?
Denver traffic.
Alright, all loading is
10-17,
complete. We'll go ahead and
12
close
final,
these
runway
doors
34
here.
right, Denver.
If it'll let me. Oh, there we go. Oh, accidentally opened up again. Oh well. Flight details should be done. We should be all loaded. Let's see. Yep, fuel's on board. Cool. Let's go ahead and we'll start up the APU. Let me just make sure we got the doors closed. Now the back one I accidentally opened up again. I mean, one thing that this plane at least had is decent sounds, that's for sure. Like, the sounds are good. I'll give it to them. PMDG 737 Southwest Ops? Hell yeah, man. Are you using PMDG in 2024? Alright, we'll get rid of the GPU. And we'll prepare for pushback and departure. 2024? What do you think about it, man? What do you think about the upgrade in 2024 for PMDG? Do you feel like it was worth the wait? Do you feel like it was, you know, worth the $30 upgrade? How do you feel about it? Go nose right, tail left for the push. Seatbelt signs can come on now. And then we'll get the red beacon light on as well. And our yaw dampers off. Let's go ahead and check that here. Electric pump on. That's good there. Let's see.
Denver traffic, FedEx 898 heavy, departing runway 35 left, Denver traffic.
Yes, JL, I am a real pilot. Yes, yes I am. I'm okay with it. Not really fond of $30 coffee, but it's still good. Yeah, that's true, man. I mean, it's still good. Don't get me wrong. $30 is pretty steep, especially for a 737, you know, lover like me. That I'm gonna get every single variant upgraded, so it's definitely gonna, you know, compound the cost. But it's good, man. It's good. 73 Nave, what's up, man? Welcome aboard. How about them pads? Come on now, 73 Nave. Come on now. They said we couldn't win. They said we couldn't beat a team with a above 500 record, Nave. They said that. Which plane or airline do you fly? I fly Pipers right now. I fly Pipers. but I do work for the airline industry, just a ramp agent. All right, let's go ahead and get started. We'll go ahead and start number 2 here. Let's go down this side here. All right, we'll get the music off for now. Like I said, the sounds are really good on this. VNAV, I'll respond to you in just a second. Please stay here. Hold on.
Please set parking brakes.
Ugh. There we go. All right. Park brake is set. You guys are clear to disconnect. All right. So, Patriots. All right. Hear me out. So they did belt the Steelers. I'll give them that. Okay. So I'm not saying it's going to be an easy win. I think it's going to be a very close game. Because last game, our wild card game against the Chargers, right? The Chargers have a good defense. They do. They have a good defense. I'm not saying they're better than the Texans or anything like that. They just have a good defense compared to the average, NFL team. We knew that their O-line was beat up and terrible, so that's why we got after them a lot, and that's why we were able to beat them, because our defense showed out. And Drake had a bad game, don't get me wrong, especially in the first half, but in the second half he cleaned it up and he was able to make the plays. And I think what differentiates Drake May in these playoffs right now is that luckily he doesn't flinch. And what I mean by that is he literally got sacked 5 times against the Cleveland Browns, who at the time had one of the better passing defenses, yet he still carved up the Cleveland Browns. He had Myles Garrett breathing down his neck the entire game, and at the time they had one of the better passing defenses, and he was still able to carve them up. So that's what kind of gives me hope. What also gives me hope is having Vrabel as our coach, a coach who has not only been there as a player, but also has coached a Tennessee Titans team who had dude, what's his face? I can't even think of Ryan Tannehill and the power of friendship and King Henry. He had Ryan Tannehill and the power of friendship and King Henry and got him all the way to the AFC Championship. So he's coached playoff teams before. And Josh McDaniels, I think that last game was his 27th playoff game he's coached. So I think our coaching staff having experience in the playoffs, Drake May having poise, even when he gets sacked, and even though our O-line is a little bit bad on the left-hand side just because they're new and they're rookies, I think that's the difference maker for us. Because, don't get me wrong, like you guys said, Houston's defense is scary. It's scary, right? But what do they do on offense? And they were going against a stagnant Aaron Rodgers who was about to retire. Aaron Rodgers is a gunslinger, don't get me wrong. Even at his older age, he was able to throw it around. But he obviously can't scramble and move around like Drake can. So I think Drake mobility is going to come up huge, just like it did in the last game. And I think with that, we'll have a fighting chance against their defense. And especially if we could disrupt CJ Stroud, because Stroud was just giving the Steelers the ball, but the Steelers just couldn't do anything with it. I mean, Stroud had, what, like 5 turnovers, I felt like? I have no idea how many, but dude, if he does the same thing against us, I think our coaching staff and our offense will make him pay for those turnovers a lot worse than the Steelers did. That's my 2 cents. Anyway, that's my podcast about the Patriots. I think it's going to be a close game. If we beat them out, if we beat Houston's defense, I have full faith that we could beat whoever's in the AFC Championship. I think Houston right now, this next game will be our toughest matchup. Just because our second game against the Bills was when we were injured and we didn't have Milton Williams nor Will Campbell. So I think Bills will beat the Broncos. I don't think the Broncos are just that good right now. I think Bills will beat the Broncos. We'll host the Bills. If, again, that's a big if. I'm not very confident we're going to beat the Texans, but that's if. We beat the Texans, we'll host the Bills in the AFC Championship. Matt, the Steelers lost. Dude, the Steelers, I mean, what a bad way to go out if Aaron Rodgers is actually retiring, dude. That's a bad way to go out, man. That's sad, dude. It's sad. The fact that his last pass was a pick six, I mean, it's rough, man. It's rough. I mean, you could just tell, like, but the Steelers don't get, dude. I'm sorry if any of y'all are Steelers fans, but the Steelers literally always walk into the playoffs not ready for playoff games. And it shows that since they haven't won a playoff game in like 7 years or 7 times in a row or 6 times in a row, whatever the stat was, it shows, man. They just take a playoff spot just to get bounced every time. And last night, it just seemed like their offense was just not there. I mean, DK Metcalf just barely came back off his suspension, and he couldn't do anything. Just couldn't do anything. They couldn't get the pass rush blocked. I mean, they weren't even blitzing. They were sending 4, and they were still getting to Rodgers. I feel like the Steelers' offense just didn't have a proper game plan against the Texans' defense. If we make it, you think it would be Niners or Bears? Yeah, that's true. I don't. A lot of people are saying that they could see the Rams going to the Super Bowl. Dude, if they could barely get past an 8-9 Panthers team, I'm really curious on how this divisional game is going to go against the Bears. I'm really curious because I think the Bears will have a more sound defense than the Panthers did. But like, the dude could barely get past an 8-7 Panthers team. That was kind of crazy to me. I was honestly very surprised. Alright, we'll go out here. Hope we get a better coach though, players. But I feel sad about Aaron Rodgers came out. Yeah, dude, it's rough. So Flyboy, I'm guessing you are a Steelers fan. I'm just curious, what do you think about Mike Tomlin stepping down? 7-3 Navy, yes it does. We're gonna really test it out on the approach because it's a VNAV approach, so we'll kind of play around with it. Do you guys think that Mike Tomlin had to go? Or do you think it was more of an offensive coordinator issue or offensive coordinator issue that they needed to fix rather than let Tomlin walk? Alright, should be one of these next rights here. Well, I think he was a good coach. I just think he was okay. I mean, I'm not sure because he was pretty good. Hard question. Yeah. It feels like a lot of these like long-term coaches are leaving. I mean, John Harbaugh getting fired or let go or mutually agreed to split or whatever it happened is another big one, right? That's another big, you know, coaching person or coach, like a long-term coach, you know, leaving. And I feel like it's a huge risk, right? Because like you get rid of a long-term coach like that, and you could get into another coach, but what if the other coach can't even recover, and then it's just a downward spiral? That kind of happened with the Patriots, right? So we let go of Bill Belichick because it just wasn't happening, and there was just a lot of issues. And then we went ahead and hired Coach Mayo from within because it was a promised hire. And then from that, we got another losing season. And I'm glad, like I feel bad for Mayo, but I'm glad we ended up letting him go to get Vrabel, because the Kraft family knew that Vrabel was going to be a really, 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 really good head coach. And I think that's what a lot of teams are looking at for John Harbaugh, Mike Tomlin, if he wants to coach again. Those big coaches, they're going to find those teams, and I hope it works out. Need better players? Yeah. I mean, you got Will Howard, so you got like a young quarterback back there. They didn't really use him a lot, but you do have, you know, young talent back there. He was able to sit behind Rodgers for a little bit, which is nice, right? It's nice to have those quarterbacks to develop. But yeah, man, it's rough. DK Metcalf, I mean, he might have just had a bad game because he was rusty, because he was suspended. So that'll be interesting. But it's hard because the Steelers like invested so much into their defense, and this year the defense was not there. Oh, here we go, guys. Let's go. Cross check.
V1.
Rotate.
Rotate.
Accelerate. Gear up. I will say the flight model is just a little bit squirrely still. I don't know if it's because there's wind here or what. I don't think there was wind. Alright, let's see. VNAV does not want to engage. I wonder why. Interesting. Is there something I'm doing wrong? See? Oh. So V speed works. People want to change, but who is really the next great hire out there right now? Who is the Ben Johnson of this hiring cycle? Hey man, I think that's going to be either John Harbaugh or John Harbaugh or I don't know. Mike Tomlin, maybe. Because even though those coaches didn't work there, maybe they just need a reset, like a whole new team, whole new circumstances. Maybe they just need a reset. I think that's why the Giants are looking. I think they already interviewed for that. Mike McDaniels, man, I think he's a better offensive coordinator. Okay, so why is my auto throttle not working? Okay, now it is, I think. Let's see. Oh, 11,000 feet's the map. Oh, okay, now it's going. I gotcha. Okay. Let's go to settings. Let me try. Let me see if I can. Is there a way to make this like a cross instead of what it is? Miscellaneous. Light config. No. Setup. No. Interesting. I don't know. I go to FMC speed. Okay, there we go. But yeah, I think the Ben Johnson of this would be Harbaugh or Tomlin. I think Mike McDaniel is more of an offensive coordinator than he is a head coach, because it didn't seem like he was able to really create a culture in Miami. Like, it was all flash. For the first couple of years, it was all flash. They had crazy offenses. They had really good offenses. They went to the playoffs, and then they just wouldn't do anything with it. I think Dolphins for sure need to kick out Tua, for sure. They can't continue with Tua at all. I'm pretty sad though, man. It hurts. Yeah, it hurts, man. It hurts. Trust me, I know. I had 2 4-13 seasons back to back, man. As this plane is functional, I'm excited to do the Phoenix Carbat American Eagles, only airline that has a flight into there and is done in the Ejet. Yeah, dude, 73 Nav. I heard about that. I heard United Airlines is also trying to do that, but like through SkyWest, obviously. And I hear that there's like a legal issue for some reason, even though it's the same company technically. Alright, 318,000, we'll go standard. Let's see, we'll put this view back here somewhere. Alright, Fly Boy, hope you have a good one. Have a great rest of your night, and sleep good. Put this view back here. I don't know why the plane's like shaking, like it's like jittering. I don't know why. It's crazy though, driving by the airport is so small for airline traffic, but I feel like they could expand though. Yeah, Carlsbad's definitely an interesting airport to add commercial traffic to. Dude, why is there really that much turbulence? Like, why is the plane like shaking like this? That's kind of crazy. Alright, we'll go to radio, we'll go 122.8. Go to Unicom now. And Salt Lake Center went offline. GG. We are all on our own. Alright, we'll turn on the sim sounds, get some music on. The cockpit textures, they've worked on them. It looks better. I mean, let's just kind of do a little. Close the cabin door here. I mean, they're all right. Maybe they're just not like as dirty. Like they look pretty clean as far as like this panel here and everything. I think I like the textures a little bit. But I mean, it obviously could use some more work. I'll say that. I mean, I think the FMC here and these textures look pretty good. Maybe, yeah, like the FMC is good, but like maybe the displays need a little help. I don't know. For me, they're like all right. They're not like the best in the world, but they're not the worst. All right. Alright guys, should we do the Wordle today? Let's do the Wordle. Let's do the Wordle, guys. Alright, I always do a do. Helps me get all the vowels out. Let's see how this goes. And we have one vowel. Alright, here we go, guys. Let's figure this out. Okay, we got something. So if the U is there, the B is somewhere else. Maybe we could end in a B. Robot? Is that even a word? No. Rabam. Raban. Nope. Robop. TU maybe? Tub. Maybe it ends in a B, maybe? WU, maybe? No. TU? No. PU? Oh. Let's see. Pub. Okay, maybe I should not guess the first letter. Maybe I need to skip that. So if it's like XXB, what could go there? Probably not much. Let's do XBX maybe? Maybe BLY? Rubly? Maybe it's chubby? There's no C. But I can see where the B is, I guess. Oh, the B's here, okay. There's no Y though. Okay, that throws me off. So we know where the B and the U is. That's literally all we have, which is kind of crazy. There's no two B's. We know that. No, you're good. 739. That's what this is for. We got to guess together. We know where the B is though. That's a good part about Chubby. So we know where the B is. We know where the U is. We just have no other letters. So what could go at the end here? Like an L? No, like an M, N, T, R, F, Z, Q, W, V, H. Bro, what? Is it a T? Can a T and a B and a T end in a word, like a word end in B and T? Dude, why is my plane having a seashore right now? It's like tweaking out. Is BT? I mean, what ends in BT? I feel like that's... Was it ends with another U? Dude, I'm stumped. I'm really stumped. XUXB. Okay, let's do this maybe. PB, like what goes between an O and a B? TV? Bro, what? PB? What goes between it? Guys, this might be it. Lubu. Maybe it's another U. My guess is that it's another U. Oh no, anyone have any guesses? You can't be at the end? What makes you say you cannot be at the end? Oh yeah, you're right. You're such a genius. You're such a genius, 7-3 Knave. Okay. Well, that debunks my theory. We know there's no 2 U's then. We know there's no 2 B's then. So we can't even double up the letters we already have. Okay. Huh. Is BH? Can that? Dude, I have no idea. There's literally only one vowel in this word. I just have to put in a random word. I was gonna put it in month. I know it won't be obviously the word, but I need to see what other letters, if there's any other letters. Okay, we know there's an M. We know it doesn't start with M. And we know there's an O. So maybe OUMB. Unless it's XBM? Oh wait. No. It's gonna be XU MBO. Jumbo! What? Bro, is this Gumbo? Wumbo? Dude, if it's Wumbo, I'm gonna cry. Oh, Gumbo. Let's go! Gumbo! That's crazy. I appreciate y'all for the help. Babysitter's Diary. Welcome aboard, man. Dude, I don't know. Is it the plane? Oh, I'm gonna go outside, guys. Let me see. Bro, this must be a glitch. The plane looks perfectly fine on the outside. And then it's just moving around like crazy on the inside. Alright, I'll turn on the seatbelt sign then. Nav lights can stay on, strobes can stay on. And we'll get that off. Bro, it's so weird. We'll just go to the exterior view, just so we don't have to see it just shaking all around. Should we rip a tier list, guys? What do we think? Food, drink, hottest celebrities, crazy. Quarterback tier list? Should I do a quarterback tier list? Best football players, football teams, NBA teams, rappers. What tier list should we do? I feel like that could be fun. So far, so good. Besides bouncing around in cockpit view. Like, I don't know why this is shaking all around. One thing I will say is VNAV wise, we are stuck at 29,780 instead of 30,000 feet. I don't know if there was another update that I need to install, and that's why it's glitching out like this, but I mean, the path is alright, it's doing good, but right now we can't even hold the altitude of 30,000 feet. That's one thing to note. If y'all haven't already, make sure to hit that like button. Make sure to hit that subscribe button. By the end of the stream, let's try to hit 11 likes. 11 likes will be the stream goal for our like count. Alright guys, BRB, I'm gonna go ahead and grab a quick snack and I'll be right back. Hi guys, sorry about that. I'm back. Amir, is the Ejets good so far? So far so good. I'll say that. So far so good. One thing that's kind of weird that I was talking about earlier is my plane won't stop shaking, and it can't maintain 300. So that's the one thing I would say is kind of weird. But other than that, it's been good. Alright, to kind of look at what we're going to be doing, let's go ahead and take a look at the approach that we're going to be doing. So it's with the Yankee 19. So we're coming to the canyon here at Dunyor. 11,000 feet here. We'll slow it down. Initial approach fix and bring it all the way in. At Zibiv, it's 11,000 feet. So 11,000 feet here, and then we'll slowly start our descent to 8,000 feet. And it's going to be a 3-degree glide path all the way to runway 19er. So pretty self-explanatory. Once we get to the VOR, we should be at 11,000 feet. As you can see, we got top of descent. I'm going to go ahead and set this to 11,000 feet, and we'll just wait for the top of descent. And then we'll go medium on the what's it called? Auto brakes. And then let's go to flight plan. Actually, let's go to progress. So we're expected to get there at 0026. And time now is 0020. So 6 minutes until we get down there. I'll bring it back to the outside view just because it's kind of annoying to see the plane shaking like that. And then for everyone who is here in the chat, let me know what you guys want to do. Do we end it here on one leg and call it a night, or do you guys want to go back to Denver? Up to you guys what you want to do. All right, go ahead and answer the poll. We'll go ahead and close the poll by the time we get to top of the set. And we'll choose what we want to do. I just don't know what this like shaking thing is. It's gonna be annoying on landing for sure. I don't know what it could be. It's not turbulence, because outside view would be shaking too if it was turbulence. Like, would be able to see the plane shake. All right, we'll test out the VNAV here. So I have it set to 11,000 feet. And once we hit top of descent, I'm going to go ahead and see if it actually capture the VNAV path down and into the RNAV approach. So we'll see how it captures here once we get there. All right, approaching top of descent. We'll see what it does here. And it's descending down. Nice. Okay. Looks like it's working out pretty good. All right, we'll go ahead and close the poll. 100%. Says they want to go back to Denver, so we'll go back to Denver after we land. Appreciate you guys joining the poll. Right now we're at 6 likes. Let's try to get to 11 likes by the time we get back to Denver. You're setting up for descent into Denver? Nice, man. Nice. If you turn G-force all the way down to solve the shaking problem, like in Microsoft Flight Simulator settings, the iPad setting Really? GeForce effects. Oh my god. Everybody put a W in the chat for David Derrick. David Derrick is a lifesaver. I repeat, David Derrick is a lifesaver. W's in the chat for David Derrick. Appreciate you, man. Oh my gosh, so much better. I appreciate you very, very much. W. Dude, it really does, David. I was like, why is this thing shaking so much? Because I knew it was a turbulence because my wings weren't, moving around. All right, looking pretty good. Get the landing lights on early here. We'll get the taxi lights on as well. And we'll get the fastest seatbelt sign on. Should be a nice approach. Beautiful snow approach into Jackson Hole. Let's see here, what is... So right now, weather in Jackson Hole is variable at 3, 10 centimeter amounts of visibility, -5, altimeter 3040. Oh my gosh. That is a really high pressure system. .3048, I think that has to be the highest barrel setting I've ever set. That's actually kind of crazy. Alright, we'll see if we could cross DNW by 11,000. I mean, we technically have, according to the approach, into ZBIV at 11,000, so I think we should be able to just hold 11,000 to ZBIV, and then we'll carry it down to Yuzgo. All right, here's DNW. Kind of monitoring the profile, making sure everything is looking good. Right now it's following the speed good. Following the descent rate pretty good here. So it knows 11,000 feet is the cutoff for ZBIV. So we'll see if we can make it down to 11,000 feet by then. And we're going to slow down to 210 here. So now we're starting to make our way into this little canyon here. And we'll see if we get slowed down enough here. Might need some speed brakes to help it out. Alright, got some speed brakes out. And let's go ahead and get locked in. So we'll turn on the music here. Get the sim sounds up. Let's get locked in, guys. Alright, I'm going to really test it out. I'm going to go ahead and put in... Let's see. I forgot how you do... how to do hundreds of feet on here. Right now it's just thousands of feet. I forgot how you do hundreds of feet, but we'll set it to 8,000 feet. That's the final approach fix altitude, so we'll just set it there and kind of see how the VNAV works as far as following the proper guidelines here. So we shouldn't be lower than 11,000 by ZBIV, and it looks like it's doing that now. I'll try my best, Captain Rock Savage. I'll try my best, that's for sure. If you guys haven't already, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. And we're on our way to 1.5k subscribers. We're almost there. I think we're like... Let me check my phone real quick. I think we're like almost there, almost there. But once we get to 1.5k subscribers, we're going to be doing a long haul special stream. Yeah, we're 15 subscribers away from 1.5k, so we're almost there. Appreciate you guys' support. Trying to get to 11 likes by the time we get back to Denver. Alright, so it's following it pretty good. I would say we're semi-high, but, you know, it's following the speeds good. So we are at 210 here. Let's go ahead and we'll get out the flaps to 1. Wait for that to come in, and then we'll lower the speed a little bit more here. Slats coming out. Let's go ahead and do flaps 2. Alright, that is looking good. So ZUEV 9,800, so we're like 1,000 high, but not too bad. We got the runway in sight right here. I like how they have a little... I like how it has like the snow plane, or not the snow planes, but like the hills. Like it's not just flat. Like it has the snow has little ridges to them. Anyway, that's the runway in sight here. Let's go ahead and get gear down. Get some more flaps in here. Get a little it's variable at 3 right now for the wind. That was 51 minutes ago. All right, we got a decently steep bank here for the turn. All right, we're doing pretty good. So far, so good on the VNAV. All right, we'll go flaps full here. Flaps full, make sure the speeder goes up. All right, that's looking good here. We got runway in sight. Let's go ahead and just disconnect the autopilot. We'll disconnect auto throttle. And let's land it. A little bit low here. Or high, I should say. I know the auto brake on this plane is like incredibly sensitive. I have it on medium right now. But last time I did medium, like a while ago on the Ejets, like it literally stopped in like 2 seconds. So we'll see if it's still very sensitive when it comes to the auto brake. Still a little high, working it down. Feet, stay much. Yeah, my approach altitude is set. Could have gone to 14,000 feet. We'll pretend that the altitude's set. 2024 night lighting eating it up. Same with the sunset lighting in the background. A little bit high, bringing it down. We go ahead and lower the thrust here. 'Oof, a little bit hard. Reversers in the green. Alright, we'll still the reversers, manual brake. Alright, there we go. What's up, Mike? How you doing, man? Welcome, welcome. That was fixed a while back? Okay, cool, because the auto brake issue was so bad. Like, one time I landed at John Wayne, and I landed, and I was able to exit the first taxiway off. And, dude, it was so bad. It was so unrealistic. But I'm glad they fixed it. I was going to say, they definitely fixed it, because we would have been stopped already if they didn't. Alright, so we are landed. Not the softest landing, obviously, but you know, hey, we're down, and it was on 1,000 footers, so I'll take that any day, especially in Jackson Hole. We don't want to be floating to try to get the best landing rate just for us to fall off the end of the runway. That's definitely not the goal. All right, cool. There we go. We'll go ahead and get flaps up here. Hell of a post in the creator section, man. Mike, you know I love messing with you. I thought it was funny. You know it's all love. You know it. I gotta find I gotta find some way to advertise streams, you know? This is the only time I can stream anyway, man, because I'm working late at night, so I start at like 6:30. So it's hard to stream in the evenings. Let's see here. Where should we go? Let's go... Let's do parking 2. And we'll get ATS to do our stuff here. We should probably turn on the APU. That'd be a good thing to do. Let's turn on the APU. We'll get the taxi lights off so we don't blind the marshaller. Being the marshaller and them taxiing with the taxi lights, honestly terrible. I stop them every time so they can turn off the taxi light, because sometimes they forget to turn off the taxi light when I marshal, and dude, it's rough. Okay, where does it want me to go? Oh, it's here. It's a fuel truck in the way. Is this where it wants me? Okay, dude, what the frick? Hold on. Hold on. Is this actually where it wants me to go? Oh, it is, I think. Yeah, parking P2. Alright, well. We'll try our best here. Alright guys, if you're just tuning in, we are going to be going back to Denver. And if you haven't already, make sure you hit that like button and that subscribe button. We are 15 subscribers away from 1.5k subscribers, and we'll be doing a long haul once we hit 1.5k subscribers. Super, super excited about that. We haven't done a long haul since I hit 1,000, I don't think. Alright boys, let's get some Gangnam style in here. Is that close enough? Alright, we'll go ahead. We'll kill the engines. We'll get the beacon light off. And let's go ahead. Seatbelt signs off, and we'll request deboarding. What, you're just bowing to me? No Gangnam style? Thoughts on the plane? Honestly, if you haven't already gotten it, I'll be honest. I think it's like 35, 40 bucks or something like that. I'll be honest. If you haven't already gotten it, maybe hold off, dude. Because honestly, it sucks because it's still in experimental build. I mean, it works. You just saw it. It works to get you from point A to point B. But I mean, for $30 or $35 to $40, which I think is what they're charging, I think that's a little steep in my opinion. As far as that goes, I just don't see the price justifying that. Let's go ahead and get a new flight plan here. Like, it's good, like, don't get me wrong. Especially now with VNAV, it's a lot better. But is it like the best that it can be? Obviously not yet. Okay, let's go to Cape Jax, back to Cape Den. Alright, we'll go down here, Ember 175, and we'll go ahead and make this flight plan. Yeah, basically, yeah. It's only a couple cups of coffee if you think about it. If it's in PMDG terms, then it's only a couple cups of coffee, so maybe you should get it. It's not even that bad. Alright, there we go. We got our flight plan. We're 5543 now. Go ahead and join in on that. If you guys want to fly with me, you guys have time to spawn in here if you want. We're going from Jackson Hole over to Denver, and we're at gate 2 right now is where I'm at, so just spawn anywhere other than gate 2, and you guys can go ahead and join me on the next leg. We are going to be on Vatsum, so it's going to be 5543, connect, file the flight plan, that is looking good. Let's go ahead and we'll turn down the sim sounds. We'll get some music going. And the vibes are going. All right, let's go ahead and get started. We'll come down here to the flight plan and we'll go ahead and clear. Isn't there a way to like delete this? Like delete. There we go. Activate. Is it flight plan? Route. There we go. And we are Sky West. 5543. Go ahead and put that into here. And we're going over to Denver today. And let's go ahead and input our flight plan. We'll go ahead and activate it. Let's go to departure. We're going to be going off of runway 19 again. So we'll go to runway 19. It's going to be Alpine 4 departure to KICNE, which is not on here. So we'll just go to departure, go to flight plan. 19 Alpine 4. It wants a transition, but we're not doing a transition. That's the issue. Let me see. I mean, I guess I could do BPI and then just delete it, maybe. Whatever. Okay, let's just do that then. Tofu Flatty 5. So let's go to arrival right now in Denver. SimBrief wants us landing 34 right. So we'll go approach, runway 34 right. And actually star, should do star first. Star is Flatty 5. And that is Tofu transition. There we go. Approach, we'll do the ILS 34 right. We'll keep it simple. And then for our let's do this off of Imam. Is that one? Probably not. Okay, hold on. Let me go to approach. Let's go to 34 right. We'll go off of Teller. All right, let's go Teller, arrival, apply. We got a flight plan here. Let's go ahead and delete this. And let's go next page. We'll bring over Tofu. We'll bring it in here. Next page. Tofu, bring that over. Okay, previous. Okay, why is that Tofu? Bring it over that. There we go. Activate. Next. Bro, it has it again. You can't delete. Bro, you see this? You can't delete the via. I'm trying to go direct from Kinsey to Tofu. It looks like it did it now. Hopefully it stays like that. And then that's good as discontinuity because we'll just vector ourselves. Cool. That is good there. Let's go ahead. Oh, we got to open up the door. I forgot. They don't do it on their own. They're lazy. All right, let's go ahead and we'll open up the door for them. For our one passenger. There we go. All right, perfect. We'll go ahead and open that up. That is looking good. Okay. We just go over to flight details. Jackson Hole to Denver. We'll go to departure. And we'll wait for deboarding to be finished and then we'll reboard. Deboarding should be going on soon here, if not already. They're getting the bags off, they just don't have any stairs here. Operate stairs. Hello? Oh, there we go. Now they're getting into position. There we go. All right, we'll just wait for the deboarding process to start since it doesn't take that long to upload everything back to the Ejets. So yeah, it's so if you have, I would say if you haven't gotten it already, if you haven't spent the money, I would say hold off on it. Which sucks to say because it's been in the works for so long that I know a lot of people want a good Ejets to fly. And don't get me wrong, this is flyable, but don't expect it to be anything good. Like, I'll give you an example, okay? So let's look at this. Ready? This is their website. So it's sold off of Aerosoft, by the way. And it's 33, is this pounds, right? Is this pounds? So it's 33.57, whatever that is in US dollars. Let's see. Let's do, let me pull it up here. Let's see, let's go. I think it's pounds, right? I don't know. Let's see. Let me show you. Oh, there we go. Okay, ready? Oops. Can you guys help me? Is this pounds? What is this? What currency is this? Is that euros or pounds? Oops. 33.57. Let's see. Let's go. Oops. $33.57. So it's $45. If this is pounds, again, it could be euros. But it's $45. Okay, for a plane that has been in early access since like the dawn of time. I mean, we've had 2 flight simulators come out before this thing has gone out of early access, and they've built not only the E-Jet 170, 175, but they also built the 190, 195, and then a cargo variant without even finishing the other variants. So for $45, in my opinion, I would expect a fully fledged, like full fidelity PMDG level E-Jet. And honestly, that's not what we have right now. Even with the experimental updates, which is nice to have, it makes it a lot better. I think this experimental update is really for people who have already purchased it and who didn't even want to fly it because it didn't have VNAV. So now it finally has VNAV. So now it feels like our purchase that we made years ago is kind of worth it, and we kind of don't feel bad as much anymore about paying $45 for a plane. But if you haven't bought this plane before, I don't know, man. In my opinion, I wouldn't get it. Which sucks. I mean, if you're willing to spend $45 and a hope and a prayer that one day it'll be finished and it'll be a fully fledged E-Jet that is better than everything else on the market, then maybe. But you're banking on it being one of the most realistic E-Jets. And like I said, it's fine. If you already have it, you finally have VNAV, now you can finally fly it. But in my opinion right now, it just doesn't seem that way. Open the aft passenger door. Okay, my fault. Let's go and do that. But yeah, so that's kind of like my opinion. It followed VNAV pretty good, I'll be honest. On the arrival, we were able to actually, you know, follow the RMP approach into Jackson Hole, which was nice. So that was nice. But other than that, man, I don't know. Wasn't my favorite. Wasn't my favorite plane to spend $45 on. But yeah, we'll take it back to Denver right now, and we'll get another test in here once we offload the passengers, which should be soon here. There we go. I didn't think we had that many passengers yet. All right, so that's all good there. Let's go ahead and we'll get some cabin lighting, or not cabin, but cockpit lighting on here. Let's go overhead panel, manual panel, pedestal. Get all these lights up. Turn on the displays. All right, There we go. And we'll go ahead and immediately request to board. Let's go ahead. See, it boarded 1 passenger earlier, but now we have 45 passengers. Let's go ahead and reload sim brief, see if it loads. The count doesn't match our graph. Nice. Nice. Let's go ahead and request boarding. All right, there we go. All right, so this should be all good. We'll go to perf init. This is all good. Let's go to the next page. Our cruise altitude for this flight is going to be, let's see, 33,000 feet. So we do flight level 330. We'll put that in here. That is looking all good. Let's see. I could find the cruise winds. Let's see if it'll make it even better for the VNAV if I put in the cruise winds. It's 351 at 84. So 351 at 084. Oops, 084. Nope, 084. There we go. We'll put that in here. And that is looking good. Next page. Like I said, I heard if you change these, it doesn't really follow it, so I just won't change them. And then we'll go over to our departure. We'll go to runway 19, make sure it's dry, flaps 2. We'll go ahead and do a wind check, and we'll calculate that. We'll go to manifest here, and that'll have our takeoff performance numbers. So we'll go to perf, we'll go to takeoff, and just kind of match everything up here. So it's 132. 132, 136, 143, and then our VFS is 192. All right, boom. There we go. Perfect. Off topic, but low-key yerba mate. I haven't had a yerba mate probably since 2020, yeah, maybe 2020. So it's been 6 years since I've had a yerba mate. I'm having one right now. Forgot how good they are. They're pretty good. I'll be honest. Pretty fire. Pretty fire. Yerba mates are fire. I will tell you guys, I am in talks right now with TFDI, so I could possibly get some, get the MD11 here soon, hopefully, if all goes well. So we'll have some MD11 content to do. I feel like that'd be a fun one. Do some cargo ops. Haven't done cargo ops in a while. All right, looks like boarding, or excuse me, deboarding is complete. Let's go ahead and request boarding. And we'll come over here and we'll go to here and we'll go ahead and do real time. Yeah, I hit them up and they told me to fill out an application. I filled out the application and they're going to look over the application. So we'll see how it goes, man.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
Honestly, the MD11 wouldn't be something that I would think I would like to fly. Or how should I say this? It's not like my number one thing I would want to fly, but I feel like TFDI's simulation of it is really good because there hasn't really been one for the sim that I fly. I mean, obviously there's one for X-Plane, but I don't really fly X-Plane, so I haven't really had the you know, MD11 in a sim that I fly yet. So I'd be excited to check that out. Do some not only cargo ops, but do like some vintage ops, you know, like some vintage United ops in that, or vintage Delta ops, Continental ops, and the MD-11 passenger variant.
Locking gear.
Do the KLM retirement flight in it. If you guys haven't already, make sure to hit that like button. Also join the Discord, Discord to join the Discord. That's where you'll find most up-to-dates about when I'm going to be streaming, what flights we should be doing, and I do a lot of polls in there as well to kind of get ideas for content. So if you haven't already, make sure to join the Discord. And like I said, guys, we are just 15 subscribers. Oh no, now we're 13 subscribers away from 1.5k subscribers. So I really do appreciate everyone being here, hitting that like button. Where our goal is 11 likes by the time we get back to Denver. And then if we get 13 subscribers and hit 1.5k, hopefully on stream, we'll be doing a long haul flight. So super duper excited about that. It'll be a voted long haul flight as well. So the community will be able to vote for which plane we fly and all that stuff. So far we're at 8 likes. Let's get 3 more likes by the time we get to Denver, boys. And if you're a longtime viewer, you would know that by now my Wi-Fi would have gone out or died or disconnected the stream. Shout out to my new Wi-Fi that I bought. I purchased. I invested in my own Wi-Fi network for my room, and it's a gig. 1 gig up, or no, 1 gig down, like 100 and something up. So we have full gig internet for the streams now, plugged in to my computer, separate. So now, knock on wood, so far there's been no disconnect since the last time I got the Wi-Fi. So last stream was my first stream with the new Wi-Fi. This is the second stream, and so far so good, no disconnects. Which is awesome, because every time I stream and disconnect, and I'd have to make a whole new stream and I'd lose the new viewers. So having this new setup is awesome. I literally redid. You got fiber? No, so we don't have fiber in the area. They actually, a couple months ago, they did construction in my neighborhood for the infrastructure for fiber. But I have a router in my room, or it's a router / modem combo that Cox gave me, and I just put an Ethernet cable in it. But they should be getting fiber in my neighborhood soon. That's gonna be really nice, because I think, isn't fiber 1 gig up and down? Because I only have 1 gig down. And I feel like my 1 gig internet has made my photogrammetry a lot better in the sim, because it just loads the photogrammetry a lot faster. And then tomorrow morning, I'm going to be doing another stream. So tomorrow morning is going to be a fun one. I'm going to be doing a day in the life of a United Airlines pilot. And we'll be flying the MAX tomorrow. I'm thinking about streaming it. Not 100% sure yet. If I do, it might be last minute. Just for the vibes. But we're going to be flying from Fort Lauderdale up to Newark, and Newark down to San Jose, Costa Rica. If you guys are down for that, let me know. Hit that subscribe button, and we'll be able to go live tomorrow morning. If not, I'll just fly it on my own. Jacob, welcome aboard, man. Welcome aboard, Jacob Jamerson. You have 1 gig as well? Nice. All right. That means boarding is complete. We got 3 more minutes with the iPad here, so we'll kind of wait on that. And with that, we'll go ahead and prepare for pushback and departure. We'll go no on the de-icing treatment, and we'll close the doors here. Let's go to ground. We'll go ahead and close the doors. How long is this flight? Let's see. SendBrief has it at, let's see, 59 minutes. Let's go nose left, tail right.
Release parking brakes, please.
You wanted to get the Embraer, but I'm just waiting for the A220. Dude, that A220 is gonna be so nice. I can't wait, dude. I'm gonna try my best to get early access to it, man. Cause I'm a ramp agent, so I'm one of these dudes down here. And my prior airline flew A220s. So I never used to like the A220s. I thought they looked ugly and they were weird. But since working for that airline and being close to A220s every single day and loading A220s and pushing back A220s, I fell in love with the A220. And ever since then, I've wanted an A220 so bad for the sim. So I'm so excited for this year for it to come out. And I guarantee you, we'll be flying the A220 like all day. Like if I get it on a day off, dude, I'm so flying that all day. I'm just gonna stream it like a marathon all day. Same with all the new planes coming out, like the 7.5, I'll probably do a marathon with that too. Such a cool job. I fly the Airbus planes in the sim right now, and I wanted to be an Airbus pilot in the future. Yeah, man, you got it. You 100% got it. We'll get the fastest seatbelt signs on. All right, all that is closed and good. Let's see. We got 2 more minutes here. We'll get the beacon light on here. And we'll get the what's it called? The seatbelt sound, or not seatbelt sounds, oh my god. We'll get the music down here once we start our push so we get to hear the startup sounds, because they did honestly a really good job with the sound set on the Embraer, I'll be honest. Zaid, thank you so much for subscribing, man. Welcome aboard. Welcome, welcome. I appreciate you very, very much, man. All right, guys, we are almost there. Let's see. Let's go to my dashboard. Guys, we are 11 subscribers away from 1.5k subscribers. Let's try to get on stream here. Let's try to get on stream. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. Once we get to 1.5k subscribers, we're going to be doing a long haul voted by the community. So make sure to join the Discord, !Discord, to help vote for that. I appreciate you guys very, very much. And also hit that like button. Appreciate you very, very much, man. Thank you so much for subscribing. All right, we should be done here. 10 seconds till we're done with that. We hit 11 likes. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate you guys very, very much. New goal now is going to be 20 likes by the time we get to Denver. All right, loading is finished. That is looking all good. Let's go ahead and turn off our parking brake. And like I said, we'll go ahead and get the music down here. And we'll get the sim sounds up. And let's go ahead and enjoy ASMR of an Embraer starting up. All right, guys. You gotta love how bright the nav lights are. Awesome. that's looking good. Let's go ahead and we'll start up number 1.
Please set parking brakes.
Parking brakes are set. You guys are clear to disconnect. Hey, look, someone just landed. United. From Denver, Calvin just landed. A319, nice.
Unlocking gear. Tow truck disconnected. Bypass pin removed. Left is clear, right is clear.
All right, perfect. That is looking all good there. They're disconnected. Let's go ahead and get flaps 2. Check the flight controls. Oh, before I forget, let's go ahead. Let me look at the flights. Ooh, the landing. The landing into Jackson Hole, guys, was 323 feet per minute. Yikes. All right, that is looking all good. Let's go ahead and we'll get the parking brake off and let's get the nose light on. And repeating nav lights, that's all good there. And let's go ahead and start our taxi. Curtis, for $45, I would say no. It's not ready yet to be worth $45. Was it worth the wait? I don't really know. To me, I wouldn't say it's worth the wait, but it's a nice to have, that's for sure. Like, that's, like, waiting that long for VNAV, it's nice to finally have VNAV, but I wouldn't say it's worth the wait. Like, if I knew back then it would take 5 years to get VNAV, I would have never purchased the plane in the first place. Is this real time? No, it wasn't real time, but I could do real time. I just had it on earlier just so we could fly during the day, but since it's already nighttime, we just put it back to real day or real time. I wanted to fly in and land with the sunset, so that's why I put the time back, but now it's real time. Alright, we go get the flood down just a little bit. We don't need it that high. Go to the RTO. Let's go ahead and get the APU off. It's just, it's so weird that the lights are that bright. Like, I feel like it's something, I mean, I don't know. I'm not a developer, so I couldn't tell you, but I'm pretty sure that fixing nav lights this bad would be an easy fix. That is just a red and green orb. But maybe it's harder than it looks. All right, here we go. Let's go ahead and we'll get our landing lights on. Get the strobe lights on. And we'll take the runway here. Alright guys, if you guys are a member of the channel, you do have the emojis. Go ahead and get togas in the chat. Here we go. Let's get auto throttle armed. And here we go. Toga. There you go, Hitman.
knots.
Cross-checked.
We won.
Rotate. Into the dark abyss. Pause, ready to climb, gear up. Autopilot, we'll do VNAV. Do nav. There's a way to change the flight director on here. Hit nav? I thought I did. Nav. See, it says LNAV. AP auto throttle is on. So it says altitude. Oh, because I didn't reset my altitude. Duh. Now I hit VNAV. Oh, it was in roll? Oh. Now it should be LNAV, right? LNAV. We'll set this up. I'm not going down, I'm staying even. VNAV. Let's see if this could climb. Okay, should be climbing now. We go 330. That's pilot error on me. I didn't set my altitude. It probably needs my help. So let's go ahead and do let's do vertical speed. We'll get vertical speed going here. Flaps 1. Flaps up. Got terrain in front of me here. Now if we go to VNAV, what does that do? So now it says flight level change. Now we're climbing up to 270 on the speed. All right, there we go. Now we should be better once you get out of this little canyon here. So probably, let's see, flight plan. See, it's this intercept. Let's just go direct. Oops, let's go direct. Kinsey. Direct. Kinsey. Oh gosh, what is it doing? Okay, hold on, cancel that. Can I delete maybe? Delete this intercept. Activate. There we go. And then Kinsey. I want to go Kinsey to Tofu, so maybe this would be better. Okay, yeah, that's better. So now we're making the left turn. This is a cool little town in front of us. Let's see. This is Alpine, Colorado, or Wyoming. I've always heard Jackson in the Hole is beautiful. Beautiful place to go. I haven't been there yet. Alright, almost at 18,000 feet on the transition altitude. There we go. Let's go ahead and get standard on the altimeter. Alright, so far so good. Hopefully we get some ATC on the way back. We didn't get ATC on the way there. Unfortunate. I wonder how this updated version will handle in Aspen with its complex departures and approaches. I was using it in 2020 and it seemed to be very shaky when climbing and cruise despite no turbulence. Yeah, okay, so that was happening to me earlier, and I was told if you go over to settings and G-forces, like notice how when you turn it up, the plane's like shaking for no reason. I was told you'd put that all the way down, because for some reason they tried to animate G-forces and it did not look good at all. So now it's completely smooth, which is nice. Because I had that issue earlier and I was like really confused on why it was like shaking so bad. But Aspen would be another cool place to go to with this plane to kind of test out the complex approaches like you were saying. Is definitely struggling with tight turns when flying some departure. Hopefully they'll be updating the VNAV LNAV path following soon. Yeah, Hopefully it does. I know like the first leg we were doing to Jackson Hole, it was having trouble handling the altitude. Like it was just slightly below the altitude. So that was kind of weird, but other than that, I mean, it was doing all right. Yeah, it did. It kind of flew over it before it started turning. It definitely needs a lot more updates, man. I just don't understand why they charge so much for it. It's clearly early access, even to this day. And obviously right now it's an experimental version of the plane. I don't even know why though they like differentiate it as an experimental version. This entire plane is experimental if you think about it. I mean, the plane is literally called early access. So any update that you do to it with the name of early access still on it, then like, wouldn't it still be experimental / early access? So how is there an early or an experimental version of an early access plane? I don't know if that makes sense, but that just confuses me. Thank you, Jacob. I appreciate it. Atlas Wave Studios, welcome aboard, man. Thank you so much for subscribing. I appreciate you guys very, very much. Guys, we're getting there. We're getting there. All right, guys, we are officially 10 subscribers away from 1.5k subscribers. If you have any friends that are interested in aviation content, I am a real life pilot. I fly realistically as much as I can. I teach people how to fly in VATSIM, how to fly different airliners, how to fly in, general aviation aircraft. If they enjoy flight sim content, bring them over, man. Send them over a link. Just hit that subscribe button. It's free. Helps out the channel. 1.5k subscribers. We are almost there. Appreciate you guys very, very much for being here tonight. Look at this, dude. So sad. No ATC, man. The East Coast is popping though. But no ATC in the Midwest over here. See, this is what I'm talking about. If you look, I said to cruise at 330 and it's at 328. So it's just like it gets close enough, but it never finds the cruise altitude. And it did it just like this on the way over to Jackson Hole. Yeah, dude, DC6 Curtis, that'd be nice. Does that even work for 2024 or is that only 2020? Let's see. Bottom altitude for this star is going to be 11,000 feet. Gotcha. Backwards, dude. I need a new chair because I'm 6'3", right? And I feel like my chair is too short for me. I think it's too small. And I feel like I don't get enough back support or like any support at all on my back. Probably don't have to descend until we get closer to Folsom. Yo, what's up, SNA Aviation? How you doing, man? Welcome aboard. Just study up for some tests? Nice, man. You got school? Finals week, uh-oh. What are some of your harder classes that you're taking right now? They're all pretty easy. AP World kind of is hard though. Yeah, dude, AP World History does kind of suck. Let's go ahead and set 11,000 feet. I want to see if it'll automatically descend for us. Let's see. see if this automatically descends for me. Like I said, by Folsom, it wants us below flight level 270, so we'll see when it wants to start that descent. So it has the altitude here, so maybe it'll know to descend? Because this one, I mean, it makes sense. It makes sense because, yeah, it's over 25,000 feet, or flight level 250 for a hippie. So it's definitely doing it, and now it's starting our descent. Okay. So it does read it, which is good. I mean, you're able to just kind of put your altitude to the bottom altitude, and it will follow the restrictions, which is nice. All right, perfect. You followed it well. So we're going to be crossing Folsom below level 270. So it is doing good on the flight path here. So that's nice. Mm. 13 likes, boys. Let's go. Smash that like goal, boys. Appreciate y'all very, very much. Alright, let's go ahead and get the altimeter setting real quick. Right now, it's looking like altimeter is going to be 3025s, gusting winds down there, so that's going to be fun. A little gusty wind for the arrival. Easy money. Was it? It's auto. I think so. That makes sense. Eyes protection. No, it's not. We'll turn it on anyway. Turn on the windshield heating as well. Three 3025. All right. Almost there. You're in Jamaica, Portland? There's a Jamaica... There's a town named Jamaica in Portland? I'm in Jamaica, Portland, Caribbean countries, and planet. Oh, nice. Hell yeah, man. It's cool. I was talking flaps in there. This is 2024. I might uninstall 2020 soon. I'm waiting for the rest of the PMDGs to come over. Alright, once we turn final, we'll turn off the music, we'll get the sim sounds up, and we'll get locked in here. There was a lot of sim updates in 2024. It was definitely buggy when it first came out, but honestly, it's been really good to me. I don't know how to go direct in this thing, man, because it deletes everything. If I go to Bangle and then go back out and try to go direct to Bangle, then it gets all weird. Alright, I'll just do that. Cancel. Okay, I'll just delete. Okay, no, now it's doing it. Okay. So we'll go down to 9,000 and we'll go ahead and get locked in here. All right, here we go, guys. Got the approach. It's just the base aircraft. Or this plane is not base, but I have all the planes that are capable of 2024 installed. So not every plane is capable of 2024, especially from third-party add-ons, but this one is. Yo, what's up, Pilot Pro? Welcome back, or welcome to the stream. There we are on final. right, guys, I need some good luck for this landing. Make sure it's nice and buttery. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button for good luck. Committed the Phoenix fanboy sin by buying the 737. Hey man, I won't tell anybody. I won't tell anybody, even though it's a cardinal sin, but I'll keep it secret. Hey, while we're friends here, Pilot Pro, I won't tell anybody that you bought it, but I have to know. What do you think about it? How do you like flying it? Thank you, Hitman. Appreciate you. Okay, we're able to capture the glide slope now. Great, just use the Airbus doing everything and having to do everything on the 737 is more old school. Yeah, 100%, man. Definitely one's more automated than the other. But if you ever need help, man, I fly a 737 a lot, and I know it like the back of my hand. I definitely know the 737 a lot more than Airbus, believe it or not. So if you have any questions or anything like that, let me know, man. I'm here to help out. You'll see a lot of streams if you choose to subscribe. You'll see a lot of streams with the 737, so if you're ever curious about anything, just let me know, and I can show you. Alright, we go flaps full. There we go. Actually, we'll do not flaps full. We'll do, what was that, 5? Just because it's gusty, and flaps full makes it a little bit harder to land. True, 7-3 Nave. True, true, true. Alright, let's just go ahead and we'll turn off the autopilot and we'll disconnect the auto throttle. And here we go, guys. Let's lock in. Oh yeah, Pilot Pro for sure. Airbus to Boeing is definitely harder.
1,000.
Definitely slow. Let's go ahead and get some power. We're low. We'll go ahead and hold it, and then now we'll get back on the glide. Okay, now we're high. Coming down here. see.
200. 100. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
I'm so used to the 737. Like landing, this is weird. Oh, what the hell is that? Dude, this flight model is so bad. Wait, what the hell? Yeah, dude, this is not worth $45. This thing won't even stop. Jeez. Okay, let's just... We'll call it a day over here. Jeez, dude, that was weird. I accidentally bumped my yoke, and it fully started to turn to the left, dude. What the heck was that? Interesting. Alright, well, we're on the ground. I feel like the flight model is a little bit off. I'm not sure if they updated the flight model in this experimental update. I know, obviously, VNAV is the big thing that they added, so I have no idea if they added anything to make the flight model better, but it just feels hard. It feels like on that approach it was floating a little bit, so it's hard to bring it down, and then on the flare I feel like it didn't want to flare. If that, excuse me, makes any sense. Alright, we'll go ahead and get the APU on. Strobe is off, that's good there. Get the inspection light off. And we'll get the taxi light on. Yeah, weird. Oh well. We'll go ahead and bring up the flaps. Yeah, dude, rip left engine for sure. I literally bumped it. I literally turned my yoke to the left because I bumped it when I was trying to grab my mouse. And it started to fully turn while we were already on the ground. That was very, very weird. Very, very weird. But we're on the ground. After takeoff, do you enable VNAV and then autopilot, or autopilot and then VNAV? For what plane? I'm guessing you're talking about the 737? Yeah. Okay, so for that, what you're going to do is you're going to arm the flight director of the side that you're on. So if you're the captain, the left side, you arm the flight director first on that side, and then the other side. And then what you could do is turn on your auto throttle, and then you're going to click LNAV and VNAV, and that will make it armed. So what will happen is that you'll actually be able to, what's it called? You'll be able to, what's it called? You'll be able to arm it, and then once you are in the air, you'll be able to go ahead and just hit autopilot, and it'll automatically get those going for you. If that makes sense. Yeah, no worries, man. Like I said, guys, if you guys haven't already, make sure you hit that like button. It's completely free. And hit that subscribe button. Therefore, we can go ahead and help the channel get out to the algorithm. I really do appreciate you guys being here and supporting the stream in any way you can. I appreciate you all very, very much. Let's go ahead and go to the left here. Oh, one last question. I'm heading a certain heading and they want to intercept an ILS. Do I push the approach mode and it'll automatically capture it? That's exactly right. Basically, yeah, exactly. Kind of like the Airbus. Alright, nav approach. It'll automatically follow the VNAV, so kind of the same thing for an Airbus. Alright, we'll go B12 here. So we'll go B12. No. Next. United Ground Express. Sure. And then we'll go off. This is Xcoder Denver. Alright, let's try to get a perfect parking here. Not the best, but it'll work. Oops. Let's go ahead and get that off. seatbelt signs off. And we'll get that off as well. Oops, didn't mean to do that one. I meant to do this one. There we go. Boom, off. We'll go to GSX and we'll request deboarding. There we go, guys. We tested out some VNAV today. All in all, I mean, the VNAV worked the way it should work. So, I mean, that's good, obviously. Like we were saying before, it needs help with... it needs help with... Sorry, I'm trying to do this real quick. It needs help with the... Jeez, I can't think. It needs help with the turns. So you saw on the... I'll be going Pilot Pro. We saw on the departures and stuff like that, it kind of needs help with those turns. It doesn't do the turns as well. It kind of overshoots a little bit and kind of corrects. So there needs to be some... I don't know if it's coding or what, but something needs to be a little bit better there. But other than that, everything else was pretty good. Let's see, 284 on the landing rate for that one. But other than that, it was pretty good. Like I said, for $45, I don't know if I would personally get it now. I would wait even more, which I know is not an answer everyone wants to hear, but it's honestly the truth. If I didn't have this now, I don't know if I would buy it for $45. I think that's a little bit steep of a price. I think it should be like $10 if I'm being honest. It should be like 10, 15, maybe $25 max is what I would set the price at for this, unfortunately. It's a great plane, don't get me wrong, gets you from point A to point A to point B and all that, and that's great, but honestly right now, man, it's just a little rough, I'll be honest. So yeah, that is it. Like I said, guys, make sure to hit that like button and hit that subscribe button. I really do appreciate every single one of you guys being here with me today, and hope you guys have a great rest of your day. See ya.